Hey guys, what's up? We are here on my channel right now. We're going to do a Valentine's Day makeup tutorial. I'm really excited to do this for you guys. I have so much makeup in front of me right now and I am just ready to put it all on my face. I have my makeup, my baby's asleep, my husband's asleep, my hair is curled, I'm wearing a bra, and I have a spray bottle just in case this look is too fire. So we're just gonna jump on into it. And, but in all seriousness, I am gonna spray my face real quick. So fresh. But before we start this makeup tutorial, you know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell. And we are going to commence. So we're gonna start with my base. This is the Bye Bye foundation from It Cosmetics and the L'Oreal Glotion. And we're just gonna mix that in my hand. We're just going for a glowy base. Who isn't these days? You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna cover all the redness. This is so good at doing that. Bring it down the neck. And put it a little bit on the ear so it doesn't look like you have discoloration between the two. We're gonna jump into concealer. This is an oldie I haven't used in a while. The Maybelline Fit Me. This is one of my favorites. I think this color is a little bit light for me, but we're gonna just highlight and conceal, if you will. So I'm just gonna bring it a little bit down here and then around the nose, and that way it's gonna kind of contour this area as well. You know, when I said it's a little bit light, that was an understatement, but it's okay. We'll make it work. That's what Tim Gunn would say if he was here right now. This reminds me of my old YouTube. This reminds me of my old YouTube videos where I used the tape shade that was way too light for me, and it showed a lot. But I thought my makeup looked so good. And you know what? It did for back in the day. It did look freaking good. I don't care what anyone says. We are really highlighted. It's okay. We're gonna bronze this situation and it's all gonna come together. We're gonna powder Maybelline Fit Me Powder. And then I don't really set a ton of places. I just set underneath my eyes and in my T-zone because that's where I get the most oily. For bronzing and all of that stuff, I wanted to whip out the Naked Skin Shapeshifter by Urban Decay, but it's a cream side and then also a powder side, which I think is really interesting. All of these colors are incredibly pigmented. The cream side and the powder side, they're very pigmented, but they do blend out really nicely. So I think if you're a beginner to the contour and highlighting situation and you want an all-in-one kind of put on and go, this is a really great option. And if you like to have makeup that stays on all day, like I'm not kidding, like from the morning to the nighttime, putting on cream first and then setting it with a powder is gonna make your makeup last all day. We're gonna start with the cream side. This is more for color correcting right here in the middle. I already concealed and everything and I don't really like to color correct. I just think it's more work than it's worth a lot of the time. So I don't really color correct that often, so I won't really jump into those shades, but I will use the contour and the highlighting shades. So I will show you how those work. I really like to just use an angled brush. So I'm just lightly dipping into there. And really, if you feel like you put too much on, just brush it off on the back of your hand. Because when I say this stuff is pigmented, I'm not kidding you guys. In there, it just makes a really pretty soft shadow. And it is super easy to blend out. I feel like this palette was talked a lot about on YouTube, and then it kind of just disappeared, which I don't know why, because it's a really good all-in-one palette. And then we're gonna contour, not really contour, but just bronze up the sides of the nose a little bit, squish the brush, and then bring it to the side. And on a regular day, like this would be enough for me. Like I would just stop here and this would be good bronzing, contouring situation. But since I did want to show you how the powder side works with it as well, I'm going to use this shade right here. I'm gonna use this really fluffy brush from Albeit. Oh yeah, this stuff is pigmented. I forgot how this is the very pigmented part. Yeah, like you can see the difference between using just the very natural cream and then using the bronzer on top. Is not messing around. And I'm gonna use the powder and just bring it underneath my neck. And it does look a lot harsher in the viewfinder and in the camera than it is looking in real life. But I will show you a tip that I've done on this channel a million times, to where if you think something looks too harsh or you have too much powder on your face, I'll show you the tip I like to do to kind of tone everything down and make it look a little bit more natural and skin-like. So we'll do that in just a few minutes. And I like to add a little bit of bronzer on the ears, again, just to kind of make the colors blend into one another. And then we're going to go into the highlighting side. And I think the highlighter on both the cream and the powder are really pretty. The cream is just very subtle, like you can hardly see it, which is good. I think that's what most people want in a cream. So I'm not even really gonna bother putting the cream on. Yeah, you can't see it. I'm not really gonna bother putting the cream on, but I do think that the powder highlight right here is really pretty. So I'm gonna do two things, but I'm gonna use the cream highlighter. This is the Glossier Haloscope in Quartz. My daughter has also gotten into this. You can see her little fingernail markings in it. I'm just gonna pat that on my skin. The Glossier is a nice highlighter. I do like it, but it's just incredibly natural and it's very tacky. So I actually really like using this if I'm gonna put a powder on top of it, just because the powder sticks onto it so well because it's so tacky. But it is a very natural, almost non-existent highlight. It's just leaving like a really nice gloss on your skin. So if you're into the glossy and can like only see it in the light, in real life kind of highlight, then you will like this. I just put that on the high points of my face. And then we're gonna jump into this highlight in the Shapeshifter palette, the powder side. I'm gonna take my little e.l.f. brush that I use all the time. And I'm just gonna put that powder on top of the cream. And you can definitely see it. And it would look like this without the cream underneath it, but it wouldn't last as long. And with the cream, it's literally going to last all day. I definitely don't need it to last all day right now because I'm in my pajamas. I just wanted to show you guys the effect that layering creams and powders can have on your skin. But yeah, like this is very highlighted and I love it. So we are going to use the Glossier Dusk on my cheeks for some blush. Just gonna put the littlest amount, literally that much. You can use your fingers. I think that's what it's intended to be used with, but I can't control myself. So I have to use a I have to use a brush because I cannot control where it goes very easily. But it does blend out so nice and it leaves a powder finish. And again, everything's kind of looking very heavy on the cheeks, which actually doesn't bother me. I actually like my cheeks to look really chiseled out, but we will make this look a little more natural in just a second. We're at the point right now where I want to show you my trick for kind of toning down if you use too much powder or things are looking a little bit cakey or a little too pigmented on your face. This is the trick I like to do. So you can use any dewy spray that you want. I like the Badescu Rose Water Spray. Honestly, any kind of hydrating mist that you have, I wouldn't suggest using a mattifying setting spray just because that's gonna make your makeup like stick into your face. And while you might want that at the end, you don't really want that for this step. So you need a facial spray and then you just need a beauty blender. It works better if it's super dirty. No, we're just gonna do literally as many sprays as you want. I like to do like a lot, just watch. And then you take in the moment. And then after that, you will take your sponge and you'll just lightly press it all over your skin. Not pressing it, but very light dabs. This will also pat down any facial hair if you have a lot of peach fuzz on your face, like I do. This will definitely pat it down also. But see how it just makes everything a little bit more softer, not too harsh, makes everything blend in together a little bit nicer. And I do recommend spraying all that before you do your mascara and stuff, just because you don't want it to run and get all wet on your face. See, everything still looks really glowy and natural. I just think it's so nice. And I would say that the amount of sprays you do depends on how much powder you use, how dewy and natural you want it to blend into your face. So test it out, see what works for you. That's what I'm gonna say about that technique. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the eyes next. I'm really excited. So I found this photo on Instagram and it's by the account Cool Girls Wear Muggler. And I just think her looks are really, really inspiring. She has a lot of colorful looks, maybe not looks that I would do all the time, but I just think it's really inspiring to look at. And the one I just fell in love with is she's wearing kind of a glossy lid and then a little bit of metallic liner. So that's what I want to do today, something inspired by that. I love the look of the glossy lid, don't get me wrong. I think it's so pretty, very editorial, very cool girl. Glossy lid is very, very cool. But wearable, for me, it is not. It is literally, I've tried. It just gets all over the place. It makes my mascara run. It makes my eyes look loopy. It feels really uncomfortable on my eyelids. We're going to do a glossy-eyed inspired look with the metallic liner. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do for this look. It does look like she has a little bit of an under base. I don't know what I'm trying to say with that. It looks like she has a little bit of a base on. So we're going to just put a teensy weensy bit of, I think, Dusty Rose, which is like a, what it says, a dusty rose, but I'm saying like the littlest amount. We're gonna put that all over the lid. And this is from the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. And I'm gonna sweep this also just the littlest amount underneath the eyelid. Because I probably actually won't put anything else under there. Next, that's just a little wash of a dusty rose going on. Okay, so next I'm gonna put on the Glossier and Lid Stars in Cub, which is like a pinky shimmery shade. We're just gonna put that all over the mobile lid. I'm just gonna tap out the edges with my finger. We're gonna do one more color on the lid before going to the eyeliner. And this is the RMS Beauty, what are these even called? Eye polishes. These are the, I should know the names of these things before I start this video. This is in the color Lucky. It's also a cream eyeshadow. You use very little of this, otherwise it's going to crease like a mofo on your eyelid. We're just gonna use a little bit and use it in the center of the lid. It's literally the most beautiful gold. So that just kind of gives a little more reflection going on. Just adding a little dimension, as I say in literally every video. So then we're going to use, I think I actually used this in my last Valentine's video. This is the Stila Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadows, and this is in Kitten Karma. I use this one all the time. If there is one I would recommend to you guys, it's Kitten Karma. It is so good. So I'm just putting a globular amount on the back of my hand, which makes me cry because these are expensive. Putting that in the eyeline, in the eyeshadow. And then we're just making a little bitty cat eye. And this is really pretty. I'll do a close-up. I actually should have done a close-up of this the whole time, so I will bring you close right now. I also really like using this because you can't really tell if I'm making a perfect cat eye or not, which I'm totally not, but with this glitter it's very forgiving. So we're gonna leave the eyes here. I really think this is really pretty. Just a nice wash of glitter with a little bit of a glossy-esque action going on in the eyes. So then we're just going to curl the eyelashes and put on some mascara. And I'll just put a little stamp of it on my lower lash line. All right, sorry if you can hear that upstairs. They're kind of just playing around. There's kids up there, so it's just the way it is. But we're just filling in the brows really slightly. This is the It Cosmetics Brow Power. I talked about this in my favorites video. I love it. I'm gonna use a little bit of Boy Brow and just quickly brush that through my brows. So last step is the lips, guys. This is gonna be the longest video of my life. So we're gonna use the Jordana lip liner, and this is in the shade Nude Pink. Oh my gosh, look at that. I just sharpened it and it went all over the place. This is like too creamy. So though it's very inexpensive and the color is nice, I wouldn't recommend. So then we're just gonna fill in with this new lipstick I got. This is MAC Honey Love. I don't know if these colors are gonna go together, but we're gonna try it. That's a nice muted mauve-y color. But this is the finished look up close, guys. So this is very much my style. I think it's very Valentine's Day appropriate if you want to do this much makeup. This is just a fun video, let's just be real here. But I do really love this lip combo, actually. It's growing on me quite a bit. Okay guys, so this is the finished makeup look, as you could probably tell since I'm not putting any more makeup on my face. But love this look, so much fun. I think it turned out great. I loved all the products I used. I know this was a lot, especially for Valentine's Day. Not really a realistic Valentine's Day makeup look, as I don't think most of the Valentine's Day makeup looks on YouTube are. But let's just be real, makeup is usually for you. So if you want to do something that's fun and crazy, then go ahead and do it and just own it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope you all have a great Valentine's Day, and I will see you next time. Bye.